artificial intelligence is expected to impact, they say could. By the way, all scary headlines have a could in it. You could get hit by a train today. Oh, wow, that's really scary. And then you dive into the article and they go, the chances of you getting hit by a train are really low because what you'd have to do is be stupid enough to pull your car in front of a train, or even more dumb, step out in front of the train. So there's a 0.000000000, you get my point, chance of getting hit by a train today. But the headline reads, you could get hit by a train today. And that's what's happening. They're trying to scare you to death. So let's look into this. Artificial intelligence could impact 300 million jobs, according to Goldman Sachs. So 2/3 of U.S. jobs are exposed to automation by AI. Although the impact of AI on the labor market is likely to be significant, listen to this, most jobs and industries are only partially exposed to automation and are thus more likely to be complemented rather than substituted. So do you see my point? Headline says, AI could impact 300 million jobs. Bum, bum, bum. And then we dive into it, and the guy who does the report says 7% of U.S. jobs could be replaced by AI, with 63% being complemented by AI and 30% being unaffected. So I'll give you an example of why we don't need to freak out about this. So my mom is from the Motor City. All right, that's Detroit. And if you think about how we made cars, okay, in the early, let's call it mid-1900s, right? It was very assembly line. So you literally would have a bunch of people lined up, and so they're assembling a car. This person put on this bolt, and you know the drill, okay? Well, now if you look at how they make cars, AI is all over the floor, okay? It's all over the place. Okay. It complemented the jobs. Did it replace some? Yes, but it complemented. So we don't need to be scared of this part of AI. More on that in a second. Here are the jobs that will be very affected by artificial intelligence. How? Nobody really knows, but we're already seeing signs of this. Here they are. Administrative, clerical positions. Okay, so AI has got the ability to come in and do what somebody does, like, oh, okay, I got to put this paper on this paper, and we put this in this file. AI is going to make a lot of that obsolete. There's just no question about that. Common sense there. So anything clerical, administrative support, AI is going to replace that. I'll give you an example. I was in New York a couple of weeks ago to be on Fox News, and I was walking through Manhattan, walking around, getting some exercise. And I walked by a McDonald's. And I walked by, and at first I thought it was closed. And then I looked again, and it wasn't closed, but I saw no staff. I saw people walking up to kiosk. Boop, 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 boop. I'll have the quarter pounder with cheese, whatever. Biggie size, whatever it is that you do. And so I started asking around. And so the only humans in that at McDonald's in Manhattan were people cooking on the back line. Everything else is self-serve. But listen, I go to my grocery store and I hardly ever have a clerk run me through anymore. I'm like, oh, I'll go do it myself, and I'm running through, boop, the whole 9 yards. So again, those type of positions are going to be eliminated where it's just very tactile. All right. This is interesting. So they're anticipating that 46% of administrative jobs will be replaced by AI. Legal positions, and again, I feel like that's a lot of like clerical and all that kind of stuff, 44%. And then this surprised me. But once you look into it, think about it, it doesn't. Architecture and engineering jobs. Architecture and engineering jobs. They're going to develop these programs. Really smart people are going to put the data in, and these artificial intelligence systems are going to replace those positions. So it's very interesting. Now, before I move on, it's a bit ironic, but the industry and the type of jobs that AI is not threatening? Anybody want to take a guess in the control room? All right, I'll tell you. Trades. There ain't going to be some robot out on a construction site. There's not going to be a robot that shows up at your house when your HVAC system goes out. And here's what's interesting. For decades, our culture has looked down its nose at the trades. They have. If you go to college and get yourself a diploma, you're going to be successful. You don't want to go into the trades and sweat and get some grease on your hands. That's what losers do. That's the message. I completely, utterly reject that message. I think it's a bunch of garbage. But that's been the message. But here, as we see technology continue to advance, the trades are dying for people. You can take a kid out of high school right now and train him, get him in an apprenticeship, a paid apprenticeship, he or she, and they can have a great life in the trades and become a small business owner. The American dream is alive and well in the trades, and it's not threatened by AI. All right. Let me pivot really quickly here because I want to keep you informed on this artificial intelligence stuff. So now Elon Musk, Steve Wozniak, Apple co-founder, and 1,000 other brilliant technology people issued a letter, not quite sure who the letter went to, but it was like a public letter, arguing that safety protocols need to be developed by independent overseers to guide the future of AI systems. They're worried. Powerful AI systems should be developed only once we are confident that their effects will be positive and their risk will be manageable. Well, here's the problem with a letter like this. A, who's it going to? Who's that independent overseer? Let me tell you where that's going. Government and government regulators. And I don't have any confidence that anybody in Congress right now knows anything about ChatGPT to be able to regulate it. Did you see the hearings with the old Congress people talking to the TikTok CEO? Now, this was big news in my house because I got 3 teenagers like, Dad, did you see what the TikTok hearings were like? Let me tell you something. At one point, one Congress lady looked at the CEO of TikTok and was like, now, how does it work with wireless? Ay. Now, here's why I bring this up. These big shots are saying we've got to legislate, regulate this because this could get scary. And it could get scary. But we, the people, are the only ones that are going to demand and say, wait a second, we got to put a stop to this stuff. It's not going to be us versus the robots. Can't be.